Hello, Giants fans, and welcome to a new edition of the Valentine's Views podcast here on Big Blue View Radio. Please like, share, and subscribe if you're watching us on YouTube, and subscribe across the Big Blue View Radio network wherever you listen to podcasts. All right, with the NFL draft coming up, as I usually do every year, I try to reach out to and talk with as many draft prospects as I possibly can. And today I'm joined by Savion Jackson, defensive end from NC State. Savion, thank you very, very much for a few minutes today.
How y'all doing today? I'm doing good. I appreciate you having me on and just getting to talk.
Of course, of course. So, I saw that you made your announcement that you were going to declare for the draft. Um, a few weeks ago. What have things been like for you since then? Are you training, at school? Are you training at a facility? I'm just curious what things have been like for you as this process kind of gears up.
Yeah, right now I'm in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm training at X3. It's a facility in Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, training's been going really good. Taking care of my body and just focus on those little details and everything. But it's going really good so far.
Little different for you without you're not going to class, you're not doing anything really, but waking up every day and taking care of your body and worrying about football. That a little different.
Yeah, no, it's a lot different. It's just the routine and just being on a college routine at my back at my school. It's a lot different than being on my own and not with the team. But I would say it's definitely a good learning experience. It's good to go through your own journey like by yourself. You learn a lot of things and you get to focus on yourself.
But you're working with other prospects and all of that,
Yeah,
in Nashville, right? Cool.
yeah,
Cool. That's so is a little bit of a whirlwind for you guys, just trying to get your name out there, trying to do what you can
mhm.
to to make sure that teams notice you.
Yeah, absolutely. I just feel like through this journey, just I'm going off my film and just the things that I'm gonna do at pro day and my next stuff. I feel like all those things will come in to fruition.
And you didn't get to play at the Senior Bowl or the Shrine Bowl, and you don't have a combine invite, right?
I don't.
You don't. So I mean, so there's a lot riding on your pro day here coming up in, was that a couple months now?
Yeah, March 26th.
Nice. Nice. So what are you get to that point. What are you working on right now? What do you really hope to show, NFL teams when you get to that pro day?
I want to show that. Just judging off my film, you can see that I'm a very physical player. I have great hand placement, great explosion out of my stance. But I feel like at pro day, I'm gonna get to showcase how fluid I move in my just all my movements and how explosive and quick I am at my weight.
Mm-hmm. And
Not
you're
a lot.
what about you're what about 290 right now?
No, right now I'm like 280.
280.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. And you guys, you played at NC State. You're not a big stats guy, not a million sacks, not a million tackles and all of that, but you guys played a little bit of a different defense. I think a lot of 3-3-5
Yeah.
at NC State. Um Maybe not really a defense that highlights the position that you played. Is that kind of accurate to say that?
Yeah, that's definitely accurate. Just doing like being a defensive lineman and the scheme, you have to just do your job and be able to, help the other people that are like your linebackers and stuff like that. So I feel like it's a big doing your job at position and the scheme.
Mhm.
But yeah, I definitely was able to, still make plays and do what I needed to do within the scheme. But yeah.
Yeah, in the scouting reports that I've seen, I mean, I've seen you referred to as a block eater, as a guy with a high motor and good speed and those kinds of things. I'm curious, if you were to give a scouting report on yourself, what would it say?
I would say that I'm a very versatile guy that can play different positions on the D line. I would say that I'm an explosive, quick, fast guy at my weight. I'm moving pretty good at the weight I am, and I just feel like it's going to translate to any position that anyone wants to put me at.
Okay, cool. As you go through this process, um, do you have a feel for, for whether you're going to get drafted, whether you'd wind up as an undrafted free agent? Do you have a feel for any of that at this point, or is it too early?
I feel like it's a little bit too early. I would say just off of my own confidence, I feel like I would definitely get drafted. I know what I bring to the table, and I know what I'm gonna do at my pro day. But I would say just right now, early in the process, with a month or two to go with the pro days and everything, and like panning out. But yeah,
Yeah, how much would it mean to you? You know, how much would it mean to you to hear your name called on draft day?
man, it would mean the world. Definitely a dream I had growing up as a child. Coming up through like playing little league football through middle school, high school to now, it's always been a dream, and it's always been, I've always been in the mindset of providing for my family and taking care of my people back home. So it's definitely a dream come true, and all glory to God, obviously.
And that, taking care of your mom, taking care of your family. I mean, I know your background a little bit. That's always been really important to you. And you share whatever you're comfortable with and along that journey. But I know that if I'm correct, that's really important to you, right?
Yeah, absolutely. With it being my life, just growing up in a single parent household, um, I feel like a lot of kids that grow up in a single parent household know exactly what I'm talking about. You gotta grow up early. You gotta, help out where it's needed. And I feel like I've always been in those shoes when I was younger, and it makes me the person I am today. Hard worker, very very dedicated. Locked in to what I need to do, what I need to accomplish to be where I need to be.
And I'm curious. I saw that you got to wear at NC State. You got to wear the number 9.
Yeah.
And the story behind the number 9 at NC State is that two highly drafted, highly successful guys in the NFL now
Hmm.
have gotten to wear that number before you, Mario Williams and Bradley Chubb. Just talk about what it means to you to get to wear that number.
It means the world. Just when I first initially asked for the number, it was a year before I got the number, obviously. But I asked Coach Doran, and he was like, I was a little bit younger, hadn't had as many snaps as I wanted to, but I was playing, making a couple plays, but it was more to do. And he was like, I don't think you're ready yet. Get back to work. And I took that personal. I really, went in the off season. I got to work, and then I was granted with that number in the off season, going into the fall camp and everything. But it meant the world to me just to know that those guys wore that number, and they were great guys on and off the field. Left a great legacy behind, and it was great to just follow along in that legacy and just honor them while I play.
And some expectations of leadership come with that number. Am I correct?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, just having the 9 on your chest, it's a big target. You walk around the building, and everyone looks at you. You gotta make sure you're doing everything right. Being the example in the program. So that was definitely one of the big things.
You think maybe can you look at that experience and say, that helped me get ready for the NFL or for the next phase of my life, or whatever that might be?
Hmm. Yeah, it definitely did. Having to be the leader in the room, and having a lot of young guys and older guys that I'm playing along with look up to me, and having to, just be there to work through anything going on the team, or us going into the next week playing a good team. All those things definitely help out.
And I look at, we talked a little bit about draft stock, and you never know how that's going to go.
Mhm.
But I look at, the Giants have a guy, defensive lineman that got drafted in the 7th round, Jordan Riley.
Okay.
And I looked at the scouting reports and all of that. I don't think anybody expected Jordan Riley to get drafted. Another Giants offensive lineman who made Pro Bowls and All Pro and all of that was Snacks Harrison, and he
Mhm.
went undrafted. Couple offensive linemen I can name that also went undrafted and had really good careers for the Giants and won Super Bowls. And I guess where I'm going with that is, do you look at guys, players, past, past players, maybe guys that you've played with, guys who maybe came from nowhere? Do you look for inspiration, from any of those kinds of guys?
I do. I just know that the journey, their journey. What they've been through, and they know they have overcame a lot of stuff. So just knowing that those guys got that shot, it just shows their dedication to the sport and all the little details they had to do to even get to that spot.
And I read, oh, go ahead.
Yeah, because I know, being a high draft pick and stuff, you have those things, and as someone that is maybe not maybe in that position has to work harder and like really hone on in those small details. So yeah.
Yeah. So I'm curious also. I read a story. Um, I think Aleem McNeil was a former teammate of yours. Am I correct?
Yes.
I read a story about you um, attending his pro day a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And just can you tell me how that came about? Can you tell me, if he's kind of a guy that you lean on still, or that you still have contact with?
Yeah, definitely. Me and Aleem still talk. We have we talk personally, and then we have like a big group chat with all our friends and stuff that we talk in. But um yeah, going to his pro day was big for me because it was like me and him being best friends and knowing him on a personal level, and him going through that process, the process that I'm going through right now, and I always wanted to go through. It was cool to just see it happen like so close to me and everything. But just to play with that guy and just to see what he did and how he moved, and kind of gave me a couple pointers to know how I am today, like knowing him as a freshman when I came in.
And you had, throughout your time at NC State, you had a couple of injuries,
Mhm.
including I think 2022 was an ACL. Um, I'm curious, it's a ways out from that now, but
Mhm.
I'm curious how healthy you are, how much you feel like at this point you're back to yourself.
I'm extremely healthy. I was healthy when I tore my ACL, and I had to like come back that off season. I went straight to work. Like you can ask anyone, my family, my girlfriend. Like as soon as I tore my ACL, I got back to my house, laid in bed, the typical bed rest thing. And then as soon as I was back moving on my feet, it was, how can I get better? I'm talking about everything, to the vitamins, to stretching, hip mobility, ankle mobility. Like I took everything personal, and I feel like that's why I was able to come back this season after tearing my ACL and not miss any game, like not missing the games due to my leg or my knee or anything. So I feel like that was very great of me, and I had to definitely lock in and move forward with.
Hey, in this day and age, you spent, I think, 5 years at NC State.
Mhm.
With transfer portal and NIL and all of that. That's the last couple of years. Not everybody gets to do that. Just describe the experience at NC State and how you feel about your career there in general.
It was a great experience at NC State. Coming out of high school, having probably could have went almost anywhere I wanted. Like staying home, and like I felt like those coaches that was there, and just Coach Doran and the things that they have built at that program are very strong and very like dear to me. There's great people in that program that you can talk to, and just outside of football, like talk to and stuff about your family, or your walk with Christ or anything. Like it's definitely a full circle. It's just not about football. It's more than that.
Speaking of not about football, when football ends for you, someday, whether, whenever that might be,
Mhm.
What would you like to do? What would you like to do after that? What would you like to, what would you like to do with your life after that?
Um, I, I'm a big fan of real estate, so I can definitely see myself getting in real estate, doing something in that field. I feel like this is
Hmm.
definitely me like a lot to learn and a lot to get to know. But I feel like that is a field that I would definitely want to go into and
Nice.
see what it's about.
Nice. What'd you study at NC State?
Sociology.
Sociology. Nice. That's not exactly preparation for real estate, though.
It's not. It's not. Yeah, sociology is one of those broad. It's a broad major. It can do a
There
lot of
you
different
go.
things.
There you go. Hey, I don't think I have much else for you. I appreciate you taking a few minutes out of your day to do this, and best of luck to you.
All right.
Hopefully we'll see you get your name called here in a few months,
Oh
and,
yeah.
and see you in a training camp.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Having me on. I hope you have a great day.
You too. All right, Giants fans, thank you as always for listening. Please stay safe out there. Take care of each other, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.